Does the court still care about fault in Massachusetts divorce? This is one of the most common and emotionally charged questions people ask me when they're facing divorce. But my husband cheated. Doesn't that matter? And I get why people ask it. When you've been betrayed, it feels only fair that the court should take that into account. It feels like there should be consequences for bad behavior. But here's the reality in Massachusetts. Fault matters a lot less than most people expect, and in many cases, it doesn't matter at all. Massachusetts is primarily a no-fault divorce state. That means most divorces are based on the idea that the marriage has broken down irretrievably, not on proving wrongdoing. You don't need to show infidelity, cruelty, or abandonment to get divorced, and most people don't. The court's focus is on ending the marriage and helping both parties move forward, not assigning blame for how things fell apart during the marriage. Now, that doesn't mean that fault never comes into play. It just means it plays a much smaller role than most people think. Infidelity by itself, even long-term, deeply hurtful infidelity, usually does not affect custody, property division, or alimony. Judges aren't in the business of punishing moral failures. They're looking at finances, parenting ability, and fairness. If cheating didn't affect the family's finances or the children's well-being, it's often legally irrelevant, even if it's emotionally devastating. Where fault can matter is when it overlaps with something tangible. For example, if one spouse spent marital money on an affair, trips, gifts, secret apartments, that can absolutely affect property division. The court may consider that dissipation of marital assets, which means the cheating spouse doesn't just get a free pass for draining shared funds. In those cases, the issue isn't the affair itself, it's the financial impact of it. Fault can also matter if it affects the children. If an affair exposed kids to instability, unsafe situations, or emotional harm, the court may take that into account when evaluating custody arrangements. Again, the focus isn't punishment, it's protection. Judges care deeply about a child's safety and stability, not about who broke their wedding vows. People are often surprised to learn that even in fault-based divorces, proving the fault doesn't usually change the outcome in a dramatic way. You can file on fault grounds in Massachusetts, but doing so often increases conflict, legal fees, and emotional stress without providing much legal benefit at all. In many cases, it simply turns the divorce into a battle of allegations instead of a process of resolution. Here's the part I really want people to hear. Wanting acknowledgement for betrayal is completely human. Wanting fairness is totally reasonable, but expecting the court to validate emotional pain by punishing the other spouse usually leads to disappointment. Family court isn't about vindication, it's about restructuring lives in a way that's workable going forward. That's a hard truth, but it's an important one. So if you're asking whether the court cares about fault, the honest answer is this: the court cares about outcomes, not morality. It cares about financial transparency, parental fitness, and future stability. Infidelity may indirectly, if it affected money or children, but it rarely changes the big picture on its own. I'm Ellen Wright, and if you're going through a divorce in Massachusetts and feeling like what happened should count for something, know this: your pain is real, even if the law doesn't measure it in the way you hoped. The strongest position you can take isn't proving fault, it's building clarity, stability, and a future that isn't defined by what went wrong, but by what comes next.